Okay, well, Merry Christmas everybody who's watching. This is just a strange little video that is essentially me testing out the time lapse on my camera. This is the rabbits this morning from us getting up at, I don't know, about 9 o'clock until 11 o'clock on Christmas morning. Yeah, this is the little hay rack that you can see in the centre of the screen is their newest toy that they're dismantling. The rabbits that you can see, the small grey one is Flop. The brown one that's darting about the bottom of the screen is Mama. Mama's 4 years old. She's the oldest. She's actually 5 years old now. Flop is 2.5. Then the big grey one in the centre is Lucci. She's 2 years old. And then the white one that's darting about everywhere is Demon, who is Lucci's daughter. And Demon is actually only about 7 months old, I think, at the moment. She's not that old at all. We've had her, she was born here. And at some point, passing across the top right of the corner, you should see Sparky running about, who's outside there. Sparky is neutered, but we think something went wrong, and at the moment he still can't be put anywhere near the rest of them without fights. So yeah, this is their little cage in the corner of our living room. It's quite a small cage for the moment. They basically have free run of the house during the evenings, but because it's Christmas morning and we've got wiring and wrapping paper and sellotape and all sorts of stuff, they're penned in for the moment, and we can only have either them or Sparky out at the one time. So yeah, this is their little morning routine, playing with their presents. This is dismantling that. The two tubes were actually connected together when they got them. Yeah, this is my strange little time lapse over the course of a couple of hours. I just left the camera running until the battery died, basically. So yeah, this is it. We had a nice little Christmas. Obviously in Finland and most of Europe they celebrate Christmas on Christmas Eve, and then Christmas Day is just your hangover day, pretty much. Same as Boxing Day is in the UK. So we are just lazing about. The steak pie's in at the moment, and Anna's outside putting candles everywhere, just to make the area look pretty. So yeah, enjoy. This is my random little day for you. I just thought I'd put another little note in for if anybody's watching that doesn't recognise these and notices specifically Mama's ears, the little brown one's ears. Her ears are actually, they got shredded. It's the reason that we got her. We went to a breeder and we bought a bread bunny, which was an English butterfly, and in the back of this breeder's place I saw two little flop-eared rabbits that were in a horrible state, and the breeder said that they were recovered from somebody else, and Mama specifically had the edges of her ears chewed and holes punched clean through her ears. And I'm not sure if you can get a good sort of look when she stops moving, but her ears are shorter than they should be. She's had the ends chewed off on both sides, and she had about 6 or 7 holes punched through them. And I decided I couldn't leave her there, and we brought her home with us, alongside the other rabbit, which later on died. It snapped its leg and we had to have it put down. And it snapped its leg on a ramp. It got its leg caught and then managed to break its own leg. And we found out later on that from the vet, we found out that its bone mass was not particularly great for the size of it. It shouldn't have been anywhere near that weak, and it shouldn't have had the power to break its own leg. And she suggested that the rabbits were majorly inbred. And Mama, because of how her wounds have actually healed, her ears are fine now. They are shorter and you can see where they've been chewed, but they're perfectly intact. And it looks like she was actually injured at the place and that she wasn't well looked after. So yeah, if anybody notices that, that's the story behind her. And she's a skittish rabbit. She doesn't really like human contact, and she absolutely hates me because I was the one that took her to the vet to get her neutered. But she's a lot better than when we first got her. She's approachable, she likes people now, so that's always good. That's our little rescue story. And the reason we ended up with so many rabbits was originally because we were intending to get one and just have the 2 rabbits, and we saw some that we just needed to take. They weren't particularly nice. Lucci was another one. We went to get one rabbit from somebody else to bring us up to 3 rabbits, and we ended up to bring us up to 4 rabbits at that point, and we ended up picking up 2 and getting 5 from it. Because we didn't like the conditions they were kept in. She was kept in a barn. She was still fairly young at the time. She was nowhere near the size she is now. But they were kept in a barn that wasn't particularly nice, especially Finland in the winter. You can imagine what a barn's like. So we picked them up and brought them home, and we ended up breeding them deliberately, and then we got 3 babies off of that. Then we accidentally bred them. Still don't exactly know how it happened, but we had 2 pregnant females at the same time within a couple of days of each other, and little Demon, who's fallen asleep in the middle of the screen, was off of that litter. She was the last one we had, and we decided to keep her because she was a little sweetheart, as you can see her falling asleep. So yeah, that's the story behind them, and that's my random talking all the way through a video. So I'm fairly good for having nothing to say.